a new reality. When you can form a new reality, you're not oppressed.
You don't really have much of an advantage. You don't have much leverage. But when you have Liberia as your nation state, we can formate bilateral agreements with other nations without U.S. consent. We can start making moves without U.S. consent. We don't need you. We can say, listen, we will be willing to work and cooperate with you, but if you're going to disrespect us, if you're not going to give us what is owed to us and the debt that you are supposed to be paying to us, we will part ways. We will, sort of decouple from you, and you're on your own.
This idea of having a nation is an idea that's worth talking about. It's worth discussing from many different aspects. And I want to say this, and I have to be very forthright. There are so many of you out there, and you're saying, oh, you guys have been talking for so many years. You guys keep talking. That's all you do is talk. You don't build anything. You have nothing to show for it. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. Let me tell you something. What is your alternative? Is your alternative that we have to pound the streets because that's really where the work is at? Is your alternative that we have to have mass meetings because that's where the work is at? Or is your alternative that we have to get, government grants and get government sponsors and things like that? Is that your alternative? Or is your alternative maybe that why don't y'all just buy a farm? Or why don't y'all just buy a couple of buildings? Listen, we have been on the wrong course for decades now. And the fact of the matter is that the correction of the course that we have been on cannot be achieved with one move or two moves or three moves. And so therefore, I think the problem has always been that you and I, either we do too little or we do one thing or two things and think that that's enough. This battle, this fight, this nationhood, this discussion that we're in, we have to talk about all avenues of this. We have to talk about all areas of this. We have to talk about this damn thing till we blue in the face so that we can cover all areas and make sure that we know what we're doing and what page we're on. Because if we don't talk about it and we just jump into it, then we're going to make the same damn mistakes that our ancestors have made. I'm talking about those ancestors who have died in this and didn't see their vision, become reality, or didn't see it grow into fruition. So therefore, we got to talk about this, man. And not only that, and we're going to get into this a little later because I know I'm kind of fired up about this, but brothers and sisters, do you think there's hundreds of thousands of people that think like us? Do you think that there's millions of people just ready to go and build their own nation? Or do you think that we need to convince more people to join us in this fight? Do you think that we need to convince more black men and black women to commit themselves to this idea? And if you don't think so, then I think you're an idiot, because the reality of the situation is that there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with building a nation and nationhood. And shows like mine, shows like the Black African Infrastructure Organization, and many others, we are ringing the bell trying to wake people up. And the only thing that you can say is that we've been talking all these years. The only thing that you can say is that we have nothing to show for it. What do you have to show for it? Because the reality situation is, if you got 15, 20, 30 people thinking like you know what? I applaud you. But the reality situation is it's going to take hundreds of thousands of people committed to this idea. And the only way that you can get hundreds of thousands of people committed to that idea is to talk about it on a national forum that everybody shares. That's what this is all about.
The question that I have for those people is this: do you believe that black people should have a nation of their own? Yes or no?